Hi, I'm Bill Penn, the CEO of LarkSpear. I'm the owner of Sabre Engineering. It's a software engineering development firm in the government commercial sector. So in that sense, we've been doing government contracts for about 20 years, and we've leveraged our expertise in the cyber domain. And we realized that we had a passion for the cyber need and the cyber protection requirements in the commercial and the government side. So that's where LarkSpear got launched. We determined that we could build products in a rapid, faster pace outside in the commercial sector. So we incorporated LarkSpear in 2015. So we partnered with Cumulo and Apache and Tomcat, and we've used their technologies and infrastructure to leverage the open source strengths and frameworks for our software products. We actually were fortunate enough to be involved in the Cumulo creation, which is a government-based product that was pushed to open source and declassified. CATS is a cyber automated threat sharing system. It's a community-based ecosystem that allows birds of a feather in industry to ingest reports into a common cloud structure, and from those reports we apply our analytics to it. So CATS brings three strengths to the table. We do knowledge management, which is our Cumulo report data correlation. We do a predictive analysis and advanced analytics. The community-based concept is a feature of the system where you have industry partners and industry businesses that want to share data. They want to share the threats that they've occurred on their systems, and they want to help each other. So the ISACs are a very prominent piece of the CATS structure. The ISACs are the Information Sharing Analysis Centers. So for example, we're working with the IT ISAC to provide them analytic services to share threat information between those partners. So a Juniper, a Microsoft, a Mandiant. So we do data collation. So the predictive elements of CATS have to do with data collation and running our real-time analytics on the data. So what we do is we, through Elasticsearch and a mechanism that's very common with Google, how Google works, we mine the cyber data and we draw correlations between data points. So a data point with a certain confidence may be related to another data point based on our mining and our predictive analysis algorithms. So then we also infer other data correlations between other data points, and then an analyst or a security operations center would be able to use a course of action that someone has already implemented to protect their system, Sure, so the competition is very thin right now in the cyber threat sharing landscape. The companies out there that we thought at one point were competitive with us, we found out that actually we are complementary to them. So Soltra, for example, has a product that does threat sharing transfer and data transfer. They don't do the analytics. They have a customer base that is requiring analytics on their data, and we're working with them to partner with them to provide that capability. LarkSpear and Sabre were both self-funded. LarkSpear has been all private investment. We've been very fortunate that we were allowed to, have the means to do that up to this date. So I think the value that CATS brings to the landscape now in the cyber threat world is that while there is some competition and there are some companies that are doing threat sharing, no one is really doing the analytics and the predictive analysis to get ahead of the threat. And I think that's where LarkSpear and our CATS products really brings the most value to a organization and to this industry. We came up with the name LarkSpear very serendipitously. We had spent many hours, late evenings, my CTO and myself, trying to come up with names, and we literally came back to a name that is strong. It represents what we're trying to do, be ahead of the threat and be the tip of the spear, hence LarkSpear. At LarkSpear, we have a very open environment. The company was built on an idea that we had to create a product that could help companies and help industry and help folks protect their assets. We have no barriers, we have no walls up. We allow our employees to think openly. We're agile, we can turn on a dime. We have a very open door policy, and I always say that any idea at least needs to be heard once. And I believe when I say that to my employees, and we open the door to have innovation and outward thinking, I think it's a very positive way to operate. I think growing up, the one thing that I learned from both my mother and father was hard work. My father was an extremely hard worker. My grandparents were hard workers. We all have a military background, but there's nothing that can be replaced. Nothing can replace hard work. It has to be pointed, and it has to be smart, and it has to be focused. But if you work hard, I truly believe you will get what you want.